me honestly, what has it been like living with me in lockdown?
It was definitely a positive experience. It was easier than expected because in Berlin, whenever we had quite a full day, for example, I went to work, you went to work, so we were unable to see each other, and then after work you had something like with your friends, or I had something with my work colleagues, something on, and it just felt disconnected. And then especially if you had like periods at work which were quite stressful, and you were then just like come home and then just focus on work.
It would be easy to go like a whole week and feel like we haven't spent much quality time together in lockdown, whereas I feel like we don't have that now.
I mean, it's
almost too much quality time.
Yeah, but there are 1 or 2 days where that can happen, especially last week. But we kind of rectified that with date night, and just that the weekends are always free.
Yeah, that's been nice. That's true. Oh, I agree. I think in general it's just been better than I think I would have expected.
Yeah.
Like if you told me a year ago, or more than a year ago now, I guess, but if you told me a year ago that we were going to be doing that, I think I would have thought it was
gonna be a disaster.
Yeah, or like really tough. So that's good at least.
I would have to say that I'm able to talk to you on my lunch breaks or when it's kind of a slow day, because at work sometimes you're busy and I'm texting you and then there's no response for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And while that still happens here, it's not as often, because especially like the last couple of days I had quite a slow day and you had kind of slow day as well, so we were just like walking in and out and just being accessible.
More accessible. That's what I was going to say too. Like, yeah, it's just easier to hang out and like have breakfast together in the morning. One Division, Friday mornings.
Yeah, Friday.
It's like easier to find the time for like small things like that. You don't have to like make a specific plan to hang out.
Yeah.
It just like comes more organically, I guess.
Kind of the same topic, that we are so accessible to each other. Like when you have quite a full day, I'm still in that habit of like interrupting you and then like disrupting your workflow, and you then being stressed or just having to work
until... It's a wee bit annoying.
Yeah. No, I know that, and like I'm trying to train myself out and just like ask like, are you free?
Yeah.
And then if not, then obviously I'm not interrupting, but
I mean, it's only when I'm tight on deadlines or something, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think it's the lack of like division between work and like outside life in general. Because I think the worst thing for me is like there's no other outlet for negative emotions, I guess. Like if like work's not going well or like just in a rubbish mood or something, there's no one out. You can't just like go out for a walk or go and hang out with other people to let off steam. Kind of has to be like with the other person, so then that can get... I think we've both been like short with each other at times when like, I don't know, when something's not going well in another area, which has been tough.
Actually not that much. Like I've been thinking about this question since last night, and as like everything that I knew about you, I knew as well in Berlin, because we've been in the Neon Wood flat like so on top of each other all the time.
Like a small studio.
Yeah. So there's basically nothing that I didn't know already. Like I knew about your coffee dependency. I knew about you struggling to get up. Like, there's nothing really that new.
No. It's just confirmed things for me, I guess. Like, I knew before that your mood is quite heavily affected when things aren't going well at work or whatever. Yeah. I guess it's just, like, confirmed that, like, made it more clear. Or maybe just, like, it affects your mood even more because there's not that much else going on.
Yeah.
Like, all we do is basically work and then...
Yeah, like, back in Berlin at work, I could then, like, go to a colleague, just, like, vent about it.
Yeah.
Or just, like, go out for a walk and then just, like, have, like, some lunch outside.
Yeah.
But here, it's basically then coming into your office, disrupting your workflow, then you're getting annoyed.
Yeah,
then...
and then it just goes in, like, a
exactly.
vicious cycle forever.
It's been actually very positive, as, you know, I had the issues with, like, separation in the beginning of our relationship, And since lockdown, I feel personally that I've gotten better with it.
Yeah, as too much of me.
Basically, yeah, go away. No, but yeah. So that was kind of just the issue I had back in 2019. Whereas now I'm much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you went down south, the first few days, I was like, oh my god, yeah, it's free.
Flat to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think overall it's definitely been a positive thing for me. I think we're very lucky to be in a relationship that's like gone well during a pandemic, and then not living alone, not being separated from each other.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had it quite easy in comparison to other people's like living situations. If anything, I think my mental health would be worse if I wasn't in the situation I'm in now. Like if I was living alone or like in a flat share, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if I was still living with my parents, I think I would have.
Yeah, it would have been intense.
It would have been like stressful.
Yeah, that's understandable.
No, I'm actually thinking. I don't think there is. I think the only thing that I want to change is like become more. Can you say responsive? But kind of just like learn better. Like for example, not just like barge into your office and like start talking about how awful work is going.
It's like observant, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you tell me like, hey, this is the case, that I then like.
I mean, you are pretty good at doing that. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm really busy, and you're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna stay for an hour anyway. And I'm like, no, please.
No, I know, but like I should still like, because I walk into your office and then like barge about how like work has not been going well, and you're like, I'm stressed.
I'm not sensitive to stress. Both have got better, I think, during the pandemic of like communicating when something's annoying us.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I think we were both quite good at just being like, oh, they'll understand that I'm pissed off about this thing if I just am internally pissed, and they'll get to it eventually. So I think we've both got better at that. Yeah,
definitely. Like beginning of lockdown, when I didn't do the dishes correctly, you would just do it angrily.
Yeah.
And then would explode
just
like
passive aggressively redo the dishes in the way that I like.
And then would explode like the next time I did it wrong, and was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that anything was wrong.
You're supposed to be able to read my mind, Fabby. I don't know. Why you can't wrap your head around
that? Actually, as mentioned, I think I am happier now, as I definitely learned from being in lockdown, like things that you don't like, things that you do like, and how I can just in general behave better to not stress you out more when you.
It's like a relationship crash course.
Yeah.
Even though we've been together for like what, a year before? A year and a half?
Yeah, before? And a quarter roughly.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely intensifies everything. You sort of have to learn fast, or we would have just like ripped each other to shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm definitely as happy in the relationship as I was at the beginning of lockdown. I guess externally, I'm probably not as happy because like.
Yeah. But.
Like in pretty much every other area, probably less happy. Oh no, I mean work's going well, I guess. But.
And I mean, we moved to Edinburgh, like.
Yeah.
Like basically a dream for me come true. So like.
Yeah. That's been good. That's like the big highlight. I think that's the main highlight of like moving into a place at the beginning of lockdown, was being able to like, we had nothing else to do and nothing else to spend money on than so like nice furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing it up nicely. So I think that's been good, yeah. So yeah, no, I think in the relationship I'm just like equally as happy. I think it's not like, I wouldn't say it's drastically improved it, but I don't think it's like made it worse either.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I finally found an app that provides an open and intimate dating experience that screens every user to ensure they are real, that encourages people to be honest about what they're looking for, that allows me to flirt and safely reveal as much or as little as I want. Bear. Dating for the open-minded.